Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some NBA action. Now, things are not going well in Raptor land. Now, Orlando Magic and Toronto Raptors, maybe they're in the same division, but other than that, why are they a rival? That doesn't make sense. They're not close to each other. They don't have, like, similar fans.
Full
Just
house tonight,
perplexing.
boys. Time to start the show. You feel me? Let's give these fans what they paid for and won. You feel me? Let's do it.
Alright, so, yeah, we're 14 and 31, so it's a fat chance. I think we can, let's see, doing the math, that's 45, and we have 80 total games, so we can only lose about 10 or 12 games or so, and then if we lose any more than that, we're done, and it's not going to happen for us. So we can't be losing any game. Every game is important for the Toronto Raptors from this point moving forward. So, yeah, hopefully we don't lose. It's not been great. It's been, we dominate, they catch up by the third, and then in the fourth quarter they just barely win because of idiotic mistakes. And not all my part. I'd say 70% of them are idiotic mistakes by Lowry or somebody else just, you know, dropping the ball, if I could use a pun. So what I decided to do, because this is going to be a 45 to 50 minute excursion into the NBA world, and we're losing, and it's not a very interesting team. We're going to preview the NBA teams for next season. Instead of doing random tidbits and stuff, I'm going to be informed going into this season. I've looked up what these teams are going to most likely be like. Obviously, it is preseason. Everything can change. But as of this recording, this is what the teams are. And we're going to see if it turns into what we want it to be, and if we can guess who will win the NBA championship this season based on these notes that I've taken down. A well-informed person can guess the NBA champion next year. And I'm not sure if the Miami Heat can do it, so that's another reason I'm kind of like looking. Like, I don't think Lakers three-peated a couple years ago in 2008, 2009. I think those were the years when they were winners. They didn't three-peat, and I remember that, and it sucked. I was like, oh, I kind of wanted to see it happen just so it'll happen, but...
Yeah, they allowed far too many open looks in that game, guys.
Yeah, look at that. 6 of 12. Actually, we were playing the Spurs, and the Spurs were really good three-point shooters. And they hit like 10 or 12 three-point shooters. And it was like neck and neck the whole game. It's very sad that we lost that one. So we're going to get into previewing these teams here. As soon as I whoop Ed Davis's ass. Or Glenn Davis. I think this one's Glenn Davis. Alright, so the first team I'm going to talk about, and I don't believe they're going to win the NBA championship, but, you know, I'll make that pick in about 5 or 6 videos from now when I've done all of the previewing. We're probably going to do about 4 teams per video, so. The Los Angeles Clippers, now obviously, they've got their big guns in Blake Griffin. I don't really like him, you know. I thought he was a little overhyped. I don't think he's the best, you know, center in the world. Obviously, Ginger King is better. But last season, their bench was 4th in scoring, 2nd in production, which means all the assists, all the field goals, anything that results in producing points. So they were 2nd in production. And I think that means like 2nd lowest in production, by the way, because these are all negatives that I wrote down here. So this season they need to really focus on creating their bench. So what have they done? They've brought in J.J. Redick, yes, the troll. I think his name is Jared Dudley. Jared Dudley from the Suns, who I've always liked. He's always been Ginger King approved for me. Darren Collison, big guy, you know, pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. Reggie Bullock, don't know who he is. Matt Barnes and Jamal Crawford. Those are two people who are extremely valuable pieces in a team. So I'm very happy with their bench, and I think the Clippers will be in the playoffs and go a little far into them with this team, as long as they can stay healthy, because that's a pretty good bench to help out your starters. And the starters for this team are also pretty stacked. Obviously, you have Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin having 54% free throw shooting. That is something... Oh, I'm sorry, no, 54% field goal shooting. 66% free throw shooting. The 66% free throw shooting needs to be improved for him this season, or it's not going to work out too well for him. 66% is really low. And I didn't like it when I was at like 70 or 65 when Ginger King was struggling the first half of this current season. So, 66% is not a good thing to do, and people are going to be looking to foul you just to get that 1 to 2 point advantage over you in this next season. They look at stats, they scout. So he's going to have to really pick up on that. Chris Paul has 48% field goal percentage, a little low for the amount of shots your star takes. You want to be hitting around 60-70%. So Chris Paul needs to shoot a little better. He's 33% in the three-point field, which is, I don't know, again, for how many times he shoots the ball, that's a little ridiculous. You need to probably pass the ball more, get more people involved. I don't believe he had too many assists. I looked up their stats, and I'm only have one sheet of paper, so I can only write down so much. But he had low assists, so I wrote get people involved. So I don't think he had too many assists, and I would like to see more from him. I think he had like maybe 7 or 8, and ideally you want to have 10 if you're a point guard. You want that Steve Nash type of role.
Looking for his first bucket of the game. Clock at 6. Here's Money.
Oh, that wasn't a good pass. I was really nervous about it. I didn't want him to move in. But we did get a foul, so that's good. 0.5 seconds left, too. Oh, come on, Davis. All right, let's go over Caron Butler, also going to be starting for the LA Clippers, most likely, that is. 42% field goal percentage. A little low, but he's Caron Butler. 10.4 points per game. That's fine. Get a little more rebounds, and be involved. So, yeah, it seems like he's just one of those guys, just one of the defenders, just a guy out there blocking somebody, just putting pressure on them. So he's going to have to be really more involved as well. Get some more points on you. Maybe Chris Paul could pass to you a little more. Get some assists going for that team. Get some easy mid-point shots, maybe 3-point shots off of him. If I remember right, Caron Butler is a 3-point shooter. Well, really, anyone in the NBA can hit a 3-pointer, but there's just certain people who can do it better. And I think Caron Butler is one of those people who would be able to do that. So maybe if Chris Paul transfers his 3-point shots to Caron Butler, I think that team would actually operate much, much better. And Blake Griffin, all he's got to worry about is the rebounding and putting it back in like Ginger King does, and he'll be fine. And then we have DeAndre Jordan, 39% free throw percentage. Not good at all. However, he is a center, and, centers are notorious for being extremely bad at free throws. He's extremely healthy. That's what I wrote down. I don't think he's ever been injured, or he was not injured at all last season. Every game that he played, he played. Every game that was there. I think it was like 80 games. I think it was 80 games. So he only missed 2 games. So very well done for Mr. DeAndre Jordan. Very impressive. It's a guy I haven't heard of before, or I have, but I just haven't bookmarked in my mind. And he needs more rebounds. So, Clippers, if you get some rebounds here, your defense is going to improve, and you're going to win some games. And they just left Ginger King to dunk right there. Let's see how, 28 inches? 28 inches? 31. 31.7 inches.
They never get old to watch.
Very interesting.
When these players get to the free throw line, it's nearly automatic.
12 points, 1 rebound.
This month's free throw shooting
Pretty good. I wish I could get some more rebounds here, though. First quarter. And these are the people that they're losing. And I don't think that they're too bad of losses here. For who they've picked up, I think it's a good move. And I think it'll help the LA Clippers as soon as they get this play done with.
Feeds it to a Flalo.
Flalo going up, passing to... Oh, Bosch.
That's good on the jump shot.
All right, so here's who they are losing. Bledsoe, Billups, Lamar Odom, maybe, Grant Hill for retirement, and Ronnie Turioff. Turioff's not a great player. He's a very familiar face. I know him. I've heard so many stories about the guy, and he just looks dominant, but he's not awesome. He's not an awesome player. Grant Hill, pretty good player, just getting old. Lamar Odom, pretty good player, getting I don't know. He just seems to be like that middle of the pack guy. Chauncey Billups, a pretty good player, but I don't think he's somebody you want to build your offense around. Especially in a if you're trying to rebuild a team. And Bledsoe, of course, I don't know too much about him, admittedly. So for who they've picked up, I think that that's a pretty good team, and I think the LA Clippers are going to go far, but I do not think that they're going to beat whoever I choose. I just can't see the Clippers being a championship team. I just can't see it, not with the Lakers in town. It'd be very interesting to watch, but I don't think it's going to happen. All right, Bosch is going to call for the ball here. He seems to be the star. They got rid of Dwight Howard, and now they've hooked on Bosch.
Shot clock at 6. Dishes it to a Flalo. Over Ross.
It's amazing how these teams change. I really love it. Bosch is on this team. I think Coach Spoelstra was either on Charlotte Bobcats or this team. I thought it was Charlotte Bobcats, though. Yeah, it looks like the Bobcats. He doesn't look like he's over there. It's just interesting to me to see how these teams change. Next team I'm going to talk about is the Brooklyn Nets in the second quarter, most likely because I'll miss most of that quarter. And I've already kind of covered the Brooklyn Nets in the last video, so go ahead and check that out. So not too much. We'll take a little bit of break of previewing some teams here, and there's a Flalo. Shoots his free throws. We're going to get a drink for a hard-working Ginger King.
Free throw dropped for a Flalo. Several teams changing it up here.
Pepsi, of course. Be a shame if it were anything else, you know. Even when I'm sick of Pepsi, like, I'll have a glass of milk that day and then Pepsi that night. As long as it's different somehow. Sometimes I don't like cold Pepsi. I drink it warm, but if ever I get sick of the warm Pepsi, I try cold Pepsi, and that I guess it revitalizes the taste buds or something, because it makes me not like it, and then when I have another warm one again, oh, I love it. Don't ask me why I like warm pop. It's just something I've always done. I've never had cold pop since my teeth started being all sensitive, so it's just, I don't know, I'd rather not have hurting teeth. And also, I don't like cold drinks. I like them when they're just bought from the store, just barely brought from the store. They're at the perfect temperature. They taste great. You know, when you stockpile them and they're in your really hot room for months, they start to taste a little funky. You know, they don't taste as great as they should. They lose their fizz a little faster. So I like fresh store-bought Pepsi. Set a nice score there. 18 points, 2 rebounds for Ginger King. Turkoglu going down to Harrington. Harrington. That was a good foul on our part, I think. I don't think Harrington is going to be a very great... Oh! Pushing past Clay's... Oh! plays are getting a little nippy there. Look at that. First. 17th in assists. It's because I've had to take over. It just sucks. We're the best team in the NBA. We score the most points. We get the most rebounds. Perfect foul by Derek D. Ginger King. And there's just nothing to show for it because they always beat us fourth quarter, and then it comes down to the last play, or the last 2 minutes, 3 minutes of play. Someone makes a bonehead mistake, and it just puts us so far behind. Look at that, 78% from the field goal percentage for the Toronto Raptors. Oh, he's going to sneak past him. Oh, get that out of here. Block for Ginger King. Oh, he's going to go for it. He passes to Bargnani. Good choice there. And we're going to get another foul. This is kind of how I played against the Miami Heat. I played with getting a lot of fouls, and it worked to a T. But then goddamn Dwayne Wade just goes for an easy layup, no one guarding him. Easy layup. 2 points right there. And obviously I can't risk my stupid computer teammates to go for a 3-point shot, because that's probably what they would have went for. I would rather tie the game and go to overtime. I was outplaying them totally. So it's just a shame that that happened that way. And then we went to the Spurs last time. I already told you how that went, so... Oh, that's not a foul on me. Oh, good. Thanks, Bargnani, for picking that one up.
Well, he's become one of the most dependable free throw shooters around, about 82% on the year.
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean,
82% field free throw shooter misses the one that we wanted him to miss. Please pass out. Yeah, be smart about it. Go to Calderon. Back to Hoffman. Hoffman is a bit of a ball hog, if I'm going to be honest. This guy can't do great things. We'll go to Maxwell, but he's... Look at Maxwell. Maxwell is pretty useless. At least Bargnani can shoot. He's never in the right spots, but at least he can shoot if we need him to. Maxwell is useless, and I hate him so much. I hate when he's on the court.
23 seconds left here in the first quarter. Davis kicks to Duhon. Here's the three.
Pretty not good shot there. Give me that rebound. Oh, geez, we're going to Hoffman. Hoffman shooting, and there's an assist. Quad single. I didn't even know that was a thing. And we get it just at the end of regulation for the first quarter. Oh, ho, ho, 3-point shot. We got 4 seconds. Let's make something of it.
Here's Hoffman.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh, well, a great first quarter by the Toronto Raptors. 36 points. I think that might be the highest first quarter for us. All right. Sounds like that music was skipped. Not my team. I don't care.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from what we've seen
Up by 8 points here, starting in the second quarter. And now we can talk about the Brooklyn Nets. What is there to say? We've already covered that they are basically Boston Celtics 2.0, with Garnett and Pierce joining the ranks. They've got Darren Williams as point guard. Their owner is a crazy Russian who's got loads of money, and it's not an issue. He'll pay out. And people who have money, the Lakers, for instance, people who have money, they usually build great teams. And I think it's going to be a great team this year. As old as Garnett and Pierce are, they're still solid players. You don't need them to be the focus because you have Williams. And now the only new thing is you have Karolinko, who isn't a great star player, but he's a good, I don't know what you call him, a piece of the puzzle, a good piece of the puzzle. He'll do anything. You need him to shoot 3-point shots, he'll shoot them. You need him to defend, he'll do that. You need him to get rebounds, he'll do that. You need him to run an offense for a little bit while Darren Williams, takes a break. He can do that. He can do, that's his motto, I can do that. That's all he does. I mean, he just does what he do. So they're adding him onto the roster, and it makes the Brooklyn Nets even more fearsome than they already were.
Here's Bargnani. A strong effort on the rebound.
And that's all I really have to say about the Brooklyn Nets.
Bargnani's got
The interesting thing is that, did Karolinko go to the Brooklyn Nets because he's friends with the Russian owner, or did he go because, hey, this team is building up? Much like with Timberwolves last year, this team is building up, and I want to be a part of a winning team. And it's got Darren Williams, my old homeboy from the Utah Jazz, a couple years back. So, alright, here we go. Set a screen. So it's very interesting, and I'm very intrigued to watch some Brooklyn Nets games. Like I said, I really, really want to get NBA League Pass. It's like $15 a month. That's $45, right? So, $45. I'll come home, and when I'm just playing, catching up, I'm gonna watch these games, and I'm actually gonna cover them. You'll notice on my channel now, I've got Pirates coming out, wrestling videos coming out, just random things coming out. We're finishing Fable. Fable's done. Pirates is like 30% of the way done, and I only recorded about 2 hours of it. So it's going to be a very short playthrough. And I'm going to really not upload a whole lot when it comes to being October. So I'm just doing random stuff. Shoot, that was a bad foul. That was a really bad foul. I'm just doing random stuff to fill the time. But come October, there's going to be very, very few videos. I think I'll probably play... well, October 1st is actually the date of NBA 2K14. So, expect a lot of NBA videos in October. That's going to be like the boom period of NBA games. And hopefully I can win some new people onto my channel by playing a lot of that. But so expect a lot of, maybe I'll cut it down to WWE, NBA, and one other small game that won't take up a whole lot of my time. Or maybe I'll just cover like a vlog or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna have to do something. I do like to upload a lot, so maybe I'll finish XCOM in that area. So just small things that need to be finished and wrapped neatly with a bow before October rolls around, and that's what we're gonna be doing. Yeah, I did not want to foul him. Another block. Is that our third? 3 blocks there.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead. It shouldn't be overlooked.
Lowry with the ball at the point.
Rebounding, it's a huge
Was I
part
taken
of
out of the game, or has the second quarter just gone by that quickly? Davis puts it back in, 54-41, a blowout in the making here in Toronto. Speaking of Canada, I watched Amazing Race Canada. It's funny. I watched that show, and I only heard A once. Like, and they usually say it after a question, like, will the Raptors win this year, A? What do you think, A? So they usually say it after a question. It can't be possible that through that whole 45-50-minute episode, I only heard one question. That can't be real. I must have heard more than that. Maybe I'm blocking out. Maybe they didn't just say the word A. It's like they mess with us. They're like, Americans are so stupid. Why don't we just pretend to say A after every question, A? That's like what it is. It's like they seem normal. They've got a northern accent with the what was that about? I'm gonna get you, catch you. Like, it's very, like, I don't know, it's like their mouths are closed tighter. But, it's just strange. It's like they're messing with Americans and everybody else, I guess, because that's their stereotype, and they don't even really say it a whole lot. Canadians are a weird group. I don't know what to think about them yet. I like them because they're getting into Big Brother and Amazing Race, and from what I hear, Big Brother had great ratings. So I'm only guessing Amazing Race had great ratings as well.
And he doesn't stray from that. His routine is excellent.
Still haven't seen them miss a shot.
Mr. Davis. Sink it. Yeah, I was sitting there like, oh, don't you dare go out on me. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 blocks, and I believe 2 fouls. So We're doing pretty good here. All we got to do is just keep it steady. Keep it steady. And in the third quarter, we will be talking about the Golden State Warriors. I couldn't find the title. I thought for sure it was Golden State Warriors, but yeah. So we're gonna be talking about every single team, and I think I already know what I want to do for my NBA 2K14 career. Yeah. So I think I already know what I want to do there. So that's already planned out. So it's not going to be a real issue. I'm gonna have it ready. It'll be a bit of a surprise. I kind of want it to be a bit of a surprise to my followers now. To any new people, I think they're just going to be like, oh, this guy, he doesn't know what he's doing. But to me, it's like, I know what I'm doing.
Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Nicholson kicks to
Those of you who kept the faith from a year ago, thank you.
Feeds it to Harkless. There's the dish to Vucevic.
It's only been a year since I've been uploading commentaries with a microphone and with my voice, so...
The pass to DeRozan. The shot's good on the assist.
If you go back and listen to any of those old ones, they are atrocious. They are not very good. Like, what was I thinking? You know, and I'm sure in a year from now I'll be saying the same thing. Like, what was I thinking? Why didn't I have a little soundboard and put noises in before? And I don't know. It's just, you know, money, I guess. But I don't know. Like back then, I would say a lot. Harkless, and oh, who is that? And I'd forget. And that's not really professional, but it is what it is. It is halftime. We're gonna be talking about Golden State Warriors here in a minute. Let's look at some stats.
From the Air Canada Center in downtown Toronto.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Alright, let's see him. 20 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. DeRozan doing very, very well as well. 70% or so for our field goal percentage. Very well done for us. I miss basketball. You know, it's gone. You know, you don't know. It's another case of you don't know what you got till it's gone. But we got football coming in, and I'm going to try to watch that. But I'm not a fan of any football games on the Xbox, so I don't know how to really cover what happens on football if I don't watch it, you know, so... That was another bad foul. Oh, but DeRozan picks it up. Oh, okay. Fine then. I didn't mind it at all. Glenn Davis, not the best of free throw shooters, considering he's a center.
Then it's DeRozan, and it's Davis in at the power forward position.
DeRozan, down under, not gonna go. Looked like a pretty shitty shot, you know.
Davis with a screen on Davis.
Davis going for the... Nope, not going for the rebound. Not a foul. Not a foul. Davis getting a foul on Davis. Wow.
Every time they drop it in,
This guy, he's just had 2 3-point opportunities, and suddenly the Orlando Magic have come back. Yeah, I don't know what the play last time around was. That was a strange play. I've never seen it before, or I have seen it before, and I just didn't acknowledge it because of its extreme flaw of me not being in the down court.
Here's a follow. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
I also have to be careful of not to get tired. When they start to catch up in the third, I start using more of my energy, and I can't be doing that if I want the fourth quarter to be a dominant Ginger King quarter. So I need to kind of let Orlando and Toronto duke it out. I'm going to try to get some assists or so. You know, rebound heavy. There's a nice foul. Oh, man. 4 fouls on Glenn Davis.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
I guess that was my favorite thing about Mehmet Okur, is whenever he would shoot a 3-point shot and make it, our announcer guy, Bowler Jack, he would always go, money! And it just sounded so good. I wish I had a commentator's voice. I really do. I probably would do that. I would do the homework. I would research stats. I'd be like, you know, when it was raining, the Jazz have scored 20 points more than they usually do, so hopefully it rains tonight. You know, those stupid-ass stats that you hear. But, I think it'd just be fun. I think I could do it, but the only hiccup is I don't have a radio voice, as a lot of people say. To have a radio voice, which means basically I count a radio voice as if it sounds good on the radio. I think I have a pretty boring voice. It's a miracle that my YouTube videos are kind of working. I've got 412 subscribers as of right now. It's a miracle because I just don't think my voice is all that interesting to listen to. It's not unique. Like PewDiePie, UberX Nova, unique voices. But then you go to the creature, Seamus. He's got a pretty interesting voice, but it's his negative attitude that you're there to see. You're there to see him be negative, and he also puts up a lot of videos very quickly. Sly Fox. To me, he's a little loud, so I don't watch a whole lot of his stuff. But he's Sly Fox. That's just his personality, and a lot of people are in tune with that, especially a lot of younger kids. They love loud personalities. Let's see, who else is there? Dan and Kutra from the Creatures. They are not the most entertaining bunch, but they are the most quiet and the most calm. Kutra especially. I think I'm most like Kutra out of everybody from the Creatures. I'm most like Kutra because Kutra is the most boring voice, which I think that I am here. I think I have the most boring voice. But he does put out some good stuff every once in a while, you know, and that's what I do. I should hope, at least. That was not a great shot. You should have passed it out. Oh, I didn't like that. Bosch was looking for that mid-range jumper. Couldn't quite get it. Oh, mid-range from Glenn Davis. It doesn't even hit the rim. Doesn't even hit the rim. What is that?
And that's the third of 4 straight played at home.
I'm interested in what happens with that Pistons game.
Yeah. I saw it go off course.
Yeah, he's struggled.
Kyle Lowry 1 for 5. Not great.
Stevenson passes to Harkness.
There we go. I did my best. I left triggered him. I left triggered him. All right, we're gonna start talking about the Golden State Warriors here. Sorry if I been a little delayed on that, but.
Over a follow. It's blocked.
All right, let me get my notes. All right. Again, I use one 8x11 paper to write all 4 of these teams, so I don't have a whole lot of notes, so I wrote down the most important ones. Also, I didn't want to dwell on any one team in particular. I just kind of want to glance at them and make my judgment. I consider myself a pretty good soothsayer when it comes to who's going to win. For NCAA, I chose who got second this year. Whoever got second this year, I chose them to win it, and they were pretty underdog. So, if they would have won, it would have been better. All right, so we have 5 minutes, 35 seconds to talk about the Golden State Warriors. All right, so here's their key pickups. They've picked up Spates, Tony Douglas, and Jermaine O'Neal. Tony Douglas, obviously, a point guard, but other than that, Spates and Jermaine O'Neal. Solid big men who will get you rebounds. And that's kind of a good thing if you're the Golden State Warriors. Golden State, they seem like an offensive team, not a defensive team. And this can only help them. Another big news note for the Golden State Warriors is Andre Iguodala. This man is a beast. He's getting pretty old, and he's still a beast. He's a superstar, and I think him and Curry can be a Stockton to Malone type duo. Not like in the same way, but they could be that notorious, Curry to Iguodala for a 2-point and a foul, whatever. Like, that's what I think they could be. Them being the Golden State Warriors, they have no shortage of 3-point shooters. Oh, maybe they do. Let's see who they've lost. They've lost Jarrett Jack and Carl Landry. So, yeah, they haven't lost too many people. So, let's see, where does Iguodala need to improve? His free throw percentage is 57, which is not great. If he improves that, he's nearly a flawless player, and he only gets 13 points per game. On this team, I think that's acceptable. But if Curry's the one assisting to you, I think you need to get maybe around 17 points per game. You need to be the star player here. And, you know, do a little more, not just be the all-around player, because he is pretty all-around. All right, let's look at Stephen Curry. He's got 45% field goal percentage last season. Again, like I said, a little low for my taste. I like to see it around 60 or 70, but 70 is, like, perfect. 70 is a really good field goal percentage. But 45, to me, is a little low. He also has 45% three-point percentage. Oh, whoops. He also has 45% three-point percentage. And again, a little low. You're better off passing the ball. I like to see higher percentages. I like, you know, it's more interesting. It's not an interesting thing when someone is 0%, oh, they're not going to make it, and then they make it. You know, it's like, oh, wow, okay. But when they're 100% and they miss that one shot that's so important, you're like, whoa. He just missed that shot. So I like seeing higher percentages, because when they miss, it's a little bit more of a bad thing. Let's see, 3 turnovers per game. That is extremely high. If it's high for Ginger King in this game, I think it's a little bit high for him. 3 turnovers per game, and that's just him. So that's something. Whoa, Davis teleporting. That's something that he's going to have to work on, is his turnovers. He's going to have to be a little more careful, and if he passes the ball, doesn't get pressured too much, I think he'll be fine. Golden State Warriors have this powerhouse between David Lee and Andrew Bogut, and now they're bringing in Spates and O'Neal. Their big men are really solid big men. David Lee and Andrew Bogut, pretty good players. They could be all-stars. The only problem with them is they're never healthy enough to be all-stars. But if they're healthy, I'm looking for Golden State to again be a pretty to be a pretty surprising team. I was putting my notes down, ran into a camera guy. To be a pretty surprising team this season. Iguodala and Curry are enough to make to the playoffs, and the 4 big men, if they're healthy enough, they could possibly make a pretty good run. They might be one of my underdog picks, maybe. Iguodala's getting older. And I think he's going to go hard. He's going to go as hard as he can for a championship, like anybody would. So, you know, after I'm done previewing, I will make my pick. But, I don't know. Golden State's looking pretty good. All right, we only got one more team. One more team to preview. Who am I going to preview at the beginning of the 4th quarter? None other than the Indiana Pacers. That's who I'm going to preview. And not a whole lot to say about them, really, but we'll go over it anyway.
He's got 8 points and a block.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Well, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80% now.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
All right, they have taken the lead. That is very interesting. Ginger King about to get his double-double. I'm sure I'll get another rebound, so I'm not too worried about it. It's nothing to be worried about.
Here's money. Dishes it to Klaiza.
Klaiza for 3. Wow.
And again, Toronto with the triple.
Klaiza really impressive. That's what Bernardi should be doing, but he's not. He was pretty well guarded too. Like, he wasn't greatly guarded, but Davis putting it back in.
Davis has got 15.
90 to 90. Coming to the end of the 3rd. And there we go. Easy 2-point shot, Klaiza. I'm going to build this guy into a superstar like me. Yeah, come on down. Oh, Davis got past me, but look at that. Klaiza did his damnedest. 92 to 92. I don't know about you guys, but like, this is a high pressure situation. If you've ever had, oh shit, it's bullshit. I hate that stupid glitch. That shouldn't even happen. I don't know about you, but like at the end of the third quarter and it's tied, I like to pretend that it's the fourth. You know, it's kind of the same play, except it doesn't really count. It's like the practice for the end of the fourth quarter. See, we got 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Not gonna go.
16 points for him. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
Oh, it's not gonna happen. At least I don't think I had the shot off anyway. Let's actually see, because I don't want that to affect my thing. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't have counted anyway, so good. Hopefully they don't put that on my record. 92-92 to end the third quarter.
Next Monday night, Greg Monroe and the Detroit Pistons go up against...
Who cares about the Pistons? I shouldn't even really review them. I don't think they're ever going to win a championship, ever.
Hey, Kevin. Well, it's the Raptors who have the uncontainable game. It's been one of those games for them where they've gotten all the breaks and all the rolls.
Detroit Pistons are the new, well, they were in the playoffs, like, last season and stuff, like, or not last season. Who am I talking about? What the hell am I talking about? They were in the playoffs, I think, on my career, but, like, about 10 years ago, they were a pretty good team. They weren't that half bad. You know, they've just made some pretty bad mistakes. Detroit, man, yuck.
And what I love about him, Kevin, is the
94-92. I think I'm gonna hurry and review this Indiana Pacers team now, so I can focus at the end of the game. Because man, we're going tit for tat here. Let me get my notes and let's get started on this.
He takes everything strong to the rack.
Lowry drives in. Here's money.
All right, here we go. Go, go, go. Ah, what are you doing? Davis going up and he gets the foul. Nicely done. Okay, so the Indiana Pacers, and this is kind of how I wanted to do it. 2 West teams, 2 East teams. And we'll just figure out. I don't even care what division they're in. I don't really care about the divisions, but whatever. Indiana Pacers. Danny Granger coming back, and he only played 5 games last season. Now, the Indiana Pacers went further than people anticipated. I think Colin Cowherd, all he said, all playoff season last season, was these guys are big. These are big guys. They are tall. They're very tall. And, yeah, that's fine for defense and rebounding. And that does generate some offense, but you've got to have other components. And I didn't, for 1 second, think the Indiana Pacers would win the championship. Even if they somehow got past the Heat, they weren't going to win. They were not going to beat the Spurs. Here we go. This play is coming to an end here. Does not work out for us. In my view, they had the worst bench. And I'll tell you why right now. It says 29th in points per game, and they averaged less than 80 minutes. Right, okay, let's actually stop this real quick. Let's go to our team stats. Whoops, our box score. Alright, minutes. Okay, so let's see, we've got Ginger King, DeRozan, Davis. Alright, so Bargnani is 16. Let me grab a pen. Let's write these down. Bargnani has 16 minutes. Okay, Klejia, 7. And the game's not even over. Like, keep that in mind. The game's not over yet. Maxwell, 6. Anderson, 5. Luciana's 5. Calderon, 8. The game is not over. Let's see, we have 10, 16, 24, 32, plus 16. 32 plus 16 is 12. 62. No, that should be 52. And the game's not even over yet. So we're pretty close to that. And it's just strange to me that their bench wouldn't be on the court a little more. And they don't have a supporting team to help the stars. And that's another reason why I think the Indiana Pacers... I didn't watch a whole lot of the Indiana Pacers Heat series because I was like, Heat's got it in the bag. When it went to Game 7, I was a little surprised. And I didn't really focus on the Indiana Pacers. They're not the best team in the world. even with all the stars that they've got on there. Not stars, but stars in the making with Danny Granger, you know, and it's just, why? Why do people like the Indiana Pacers? It's perplexing. But, with Danny Granger coming back into the mix, let's see, didn't they have Zach Randolph, or was that the Memphis Grizzlies? I think that might have been the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm thinking of the wrong team here. I think they had Zach Randolph a long time ago. I remember his bald head. Give me that rebound. Alright, so let's continue. I threw my notes down in anger because I don't know. It's just, I don't understand how you don't use your bench more often. Oh, and look at that. 3-point play for Ginger King. Very good, very good. Okay, so they got Paul George, Roy Hibbert, that's the big guy. That's the guy I was thinking of. David West, George Hill, and these are great starters. But like I said, if Indiana ever wants to be anything, they need a good bench. Hansborough, they're losing one of the Hansborough brothers, which is a bit of a shame because that guy showed a lot of passion from the highlights that I did watch. So that's a bit of a shame, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. So hopefully they brought in some good people there. Davis shooting that, and he made it. Ugh. That's all I really have to say about the Indiana Pacers. Not a whole lot. I was very angry at them for not having a bench. You know, and I didn't really look up the stats for their stars, well, because, you know, they are what they are. They're pretty good, but I don't know. I don't think of them as a consistent, too much of a consistent team. And if they ever get injured, their stats aren't really going to matter anyway. Davis knocking our men down. 10 seconds here. Bosch to Davis. Ah! And I gave him too much room. My mistake. Here we go. 8 minutes to finish out this game and not lose it last second. I don't mind losing to blowouts, you know. Sometimes you just have an off night. But losing it to just when you've dominated the whole game, it's almost not fair. Get it back in there.
Rebound by the Magic. Davis has got 9 rebounds now tonight.
100 to 102. Now tied game at 102.
And it's all knotted up.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
You have to be very, very cautious. Set the screen to DeRozan. We'll set a screen. Does it go in? No. Oh, that's a shame. I figured he'd get a better shot off than that. Harkless going in, and he goes out of bounds. Turnover.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. Look now at the Raptors' upcoming schedule.
All right, so we are going to be playing Detroit, Clippers, Chicago, Dallas, Washington. All right, that's fine. They all seem like winnable teams, but hey, no one's a winnable team when you're on the Raptors. I really did want these guys to be champions, and it's still extremely possible. It's just not plausible, and it's extremely low in in percentage rating of can we do it. Another rebound for Derek D. Ginger King. 14 of 19, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks, 31 points. Very Ginger King numbers. That's not a great shot. Why would you do that? Over the back on Bargnani.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
Not much doubt.
Bad timing with that over the back foul.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback ride.
Don't let Glenn Davis make his next shot. I'm kind of wondering if I should goad him in, give him a little bit of space.
Stevenson with it.
Let's give him some space. Oh, man. All right, so we have to stay focused on Davis. We do not want him to make his next shot.
Tell you what, when it comes to hitting shots from the mid-range, they've shown a clear advantage.
They take the lead, and Toronto takes a timeout halfway through this fourth quarter.
Nice job knocking them down.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
No cutters. All right. Davis scares me. His defense is not that bad, so get it in there. Get it in there. Oh. 2 shots. Ginger King did not make them. Glenn Davis is a good defensive monster. Big Baby. Isn't that his name, Big Baby?
Now here's Stevenson. DeRozan defending.
Big Baby, the former Celtic.
And here's Lowry.
I don't remember. Did he like that name? Like, I know he didn't like it at first, but did he, like, usually just adopt it? I want to say 2 years ago, I heard something that he didn't mind it. He actually liked the name.
Here's money. He's guarded by
Another
Davis.
reach-in foul. And I think they're going to be pretty close to the bonus here. No cutters.
Here's money. He's guarded by Davis.
Oh, that's going to work. That's going to work. Nice. 2 points.
Money's got 7 now in this quarter.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied
All right, and
up.
they get a timeout. They're going to
keep them in it.
transfer all that momentum energy to their side with that timeout.
Stevenson
I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
him up.
After this, I'm going to pause. I'm going to figure out how many timeouts we have left.
Ball movement by the Magic.
It's important to know these things at the end of a game. All right, so let's see. We have 3, and they have 3.
To the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And
Good foul by Bunyarny there.
for the Orlando Magic. They can look forward to the Quicken Loans Arena after this game in a matchup against
They don't have a
the
very good lineup. Look at that. They have to go to Cleveland, Philly. I forgot the other one, and Lakers and San Antonio were the other 2, but I don't remember the middle one now. Split second, and I've already forgotten it.
And the first
Bosch,
one drops.
pretty solid with his shooting here. At the end of the game, we do not want to target him. We want to target Ed
Are you
Davis.
kidding me? They're like
I'm already
different guys
planning
this
for a
half.
free
They
throw
missed a single
shootout.
free throw.
Stepping up and knocking him down, Clark.
To the middle.
Alley-oop, not the time to do that. Not the time at all. And look at the hustle.
And up the court
The
from
hustle.
Magic on the break. Stevenson dishes to Bosch. Here's a Flalo.
Flalo, oh.
And there's the pass to Davis.
Oh, baby.
The feed to Harkless.
No pun intended. Oh,
Here's to
baby.
Bosch. Shot
He was
clock
about
at
to make
6.
that shot. Oh! And the extra pass. The extra pass. And that's all it takes. That extra pass.
Bosch has got his
Someone
36
cut
on
in.
the night.
Nobody was guarding him. That's one of those stupid mistakes. Now they're up by 4.
Back to Bargnani.
Oh, good. We got a little bit of a mismatch.
He's
Perfect.
guarded by a Flalo.
Yeah, you can't stop me.
Here's
You
Money.
can't stop me.
Got it. Good job.
You're a child compared to me. Get out of
Money's
here.
got 9 points in the quarter.
He's locked in right now.
A lucky
Stevenson,
mismatch by us
big
there.
shots here in the fourth quarter.
Let's go Davis into shooting the ball. I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't think he'll make his shot. So,
Back to Davis.
and he doesn't exactly. That's why I like Ed Davis. He's good to not block.
Rebounds for him tonight.
All you gotta do is left trigger him, and he's not gonna make it.
Pass to Ross.
Get out of the key.
Here's Money.
Get in there, baby. Get in there, baby.
Yeah, he
Look at
flushed that
this.
one down and then hung
Look
around
at this.
Marvel at his work a little bit.
Get in
Ginger
quick
King
with that
saved his
rebound.
energy.
And giving
He's
him
waking
the
up.
foul for an extra
He's
second or two,
radioactive.
I guess.
Aflalo kicks to Stevenson.
How about that for a good question? It's not even basketball related, but if you were, right now, at this point in time, if you were a baseball player and you were coming out to the base, they play music for you. They play music of your choice. What music would you have? I think I'd probably have Radioactive.
Penetrating.
Or Madness by Muse. Radioactive by Imagine Dragons, or Madness by Muse.
He's on fire.
All right, here we go. It's a tie game. 3:13 left to go.
Here's Stevenson.
Ginger King dominant in his play, as always, for the Toronto Raptors.
He feeds it to Harkless. He passes to Davis.
Oh, and I let him pass me, but he doesn't score. Oh,
And Bargnani sends it.
what was that? I don't know if that was a block or not. It wasn't a block for me. Somebody else got it. Ross gonna shoot that.
Over Aflalo.
Get a foul, maybe?
Guarded by Davis.
No foul.
And Harkless
Ah.
throws it down.
Yeah, trying to put a little mustard on the hot dog.
I was kind of half hoping for a foul.
Convert the shot. Come on.
Oh,
Stevenson. And it's gonna
oh,
be
that
two
would have been
free
a
throws.
atrocious if that had gone in. Stevenson, we're watching you, pal. You miss a field goal, a free throw.
Davis is checked in.
I'm automatically targeting you over Bosch.
And Stevenson
Bosch and
dumps the
Stevenson. We do not want them to shoot free throws.
ball. Toronto trails.
Kind of sucks. I wish there was a little more strategic gameplay in that sense. Like if I wanted a full court
Now
trap,
Lowry.
That would be great. I could do that, and that didn't go. Yup. Get in front of him. Get in front of him. Damn it. Going to Harkless. Harkless gonna go for an easy quick 2 to Big Baby. Foul him. Put him on the line. Put his big baby ass on the line.
Looking at the numbers for Glenn Davis, he's got 12 rebounds, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
So he made that. He would be the one that I would target, though. On everybody on this team, it'd be him.
And both free throws good for Davis.
But the odds are very unlikely that we're going to get the ball to Big Baby Davis, so...
Here's Money. Ball
No.
shot loose. Back to Lowry.
Not good. Not good. Set a screen. It's not going to work for you, pal. Pass out.
Shot clock at 5.
2, 1. Hook shot. Not going to go. Davis with the rebound. Passes out for 3. Not going to go. Passes out again. Ginger King passing the ball. Let's set this up. Oh, man.
Back to Lowry. He's guarded by Stevenson. He kicks 2. DeRozan.
Oh, bad pass. Bad pass. Bad pass. Terrible turnover. It's a 6-point game. Oh, Jesus. Maybe not. Oh, go, go, go. This game is getting bonkers fast.
He dishes it to Davis.
Davis going up. There you go.
Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
Here we go.
Got his 8th assist of the
Full
game.
court pressing him.
Stevenson with it. Right side Davis.
Nope, you're not doing it, Davis. You're not doing it to me. Yeah, you can't dribble anymore. You stop dribbling. Get that. Oh, come on, man. Guard your guy. I'm on Davis. I can't guard your guy, too. 116 to 112.
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside.
Rosen dishes to Davis.
Davis shoots it up. Not gonna go.
And Davis
Shitty shot. Give me over here. Give me over here.
Has been terrific. 54% on the game.
Somebody get on him. Somebody get on your guy. Just because I was guarding him out half court doesn't mean you switch.
Feeds to Harkless. The pass to Davis.
Oh, Jesus. Not good.
Ball movement by the Magic.
It doesn't go. Oh, lucky us.
The game has come down to
Set
this.
it up. Set it up. We need an easy 2.
What intensity. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game.
Go. No foul. No foul.
And there's the
Wow.
break, and that'll be a clear path.
No reaching foul there. It's game over. Maybe not. This guy's a shitty player. You suck, Aflalo. Hit me with that fine, Stern. I don't give a shit.
Is good. That puts them up by 5.
Hold on, why did they get the ball? What was it, a clear path foul? That's bullshit,
And
man.
so they choose to intentionally foul.
See what I mean? Like, we get screwed over. I didn't get a reach-in foul.
First free throw, missing.
They're just toying with us now. We're still in it. 2 3-point shots. We don't have Plaja on the court, though.
He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6.
2 3-point shots are extremely plausible. I wish I could make a play now. Shoot it. Shoot it. Fucking idiot. Shoot the ball. And he missed.
Pushes up.
And he missed. Okay, it's still possible. Still possible. Get him, foul him, foul him, foul him. What are you doing? No. Let him go. Okay.
That's just all about strength.
Unbelievable. Another bad game here, where we dominate the whole time. It's going good, and then fourth quarter they miracle some sort of win, pull it out of their ass. 17 to 26, 65% field goal percentage. I guess I let Big Baby do too much. I don't know. 3 blocks, 2 assists, 16 rebounds, 37 points. I don't know. I can't do it all. I just need better players around me. That's all. I need one more star player. Lowry is not a star. Bullshit.
16 rebounds for the game. Despite the loss, your stats speak for themselves. Do you feel that this is one of your defining characteristics?
I think so, at least for now. Ultimately, I'll be known as the greatest of all time, but if it helps you remember who I am for now, then I guess you can associate me with rebounding. I know my totals might seem like a lot to you tonight, but as I put up more and more games like this, you'll all start to become jaded by it. I'm okay with that, though, because by then you'll be focused on where I stand in terms of the all-time NBA greats. You feel me?
Yeah. I feel you, Ginger King. Nobody else does, though. Unbelievable. Oh, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, is this Hall of Fame mode on a shitty team? It's just like you have to be flawless in the fourth quarter or you're screwed over? Like, I don't get it. I think it's like the fifth straight loss or something like that, and they've all been like that. They've been very, very close games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight losses for the Toronto Raptors. Oh, Humdy hum hum hum. Let's meet with the GM. I'm irate. Let's see if he can do anything for us. If not, sorry, Canada. But you can go do something with yourself. Because Ginger King is not a loser.
Hey, man, I just wanted to sit down and talk for a minute.
This general manager better be, like, good. Like, he better be saying something honest about this.
I know you have to think long term as well, but
It's been a month, basically, game-wise or so, maybe a month and a half even, that I've called for a change of this roster, and he still hasn't done it.
Well, it's tough, you know. To get something, you've got to give something up. So I'll keep working the phones and see what's out there. But in the meantime, just keep at it and always ask yourself, what can you do to make this team better?
I think I do enough to make this team better. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but is it, like...
I think you know what this is about, man. I'm not looking to cause any trouble or start any waves or anything in the locker room, but right now I'm just not clicking with particular members of the team, and I'm just wondering how...
We're gonna get Maxwell out of here. I don't know. Hoffman, he's a ball hog. But I want Bargnani out of here. He doesn't play enough minutes a game for how much of a star he is. I think we can do something better.
Thank you for coming to me with this first, instead of airing things out via the media or having an incident in practice. We're closely looking at how the chemistry between players affects production, and you can expect to see some changes in the near future.
I sure as shit hope so. I don't know. I really want to press A, but I said I wouldn't. I really want to press. I won't. But
right,
man,
well, thank you. And good talk.
I'll stick with Toronto. I'll retire in Toronto. I'm a man of my word, and I promise the good people of Toronto a year.
For the time being, I need your total focus on this game against the Pistons. I know you'll be ready.
Yeah, you know I'll be ready, but you know Bargnani won't, so why don't you trade him? Get off your ass and start making some phone calls. Sitting on your hands in there. Unbelievable. Ginger King is irate. Podcast, UCast, review of NBA teams and player of basketball games. I'm done. I'd say it's done.